What's up everyone, it's your boy NS Racing 42 aka Nathan Stapleton here, and welcome everyone to Watkins Glen International for race number 12 of 17 for season number 2 of the NIRA M&M Truck Series. We are here for the Freightliner 175 and for 14 wild laps of action for the second and final road course race on this season, and for race 2 of the playoffs. Last time out it was a wild Chicagoland Speedway, and a non-chaser and a non-playoff contender of Emily Anderson stole one from one of the playoff drivers at Chicagoland. Will we see that happen once again? Will a chaser lock themselves into the round of 6? Top 4 are completely controlled by playoff contenders. Coming into this race, here is how the playoff standings look. Christian Russell is 29 points above the cutoff. If he is about 35, I'd say if he's like 37, 38 points above, then he should be locked in, or almost locked in, for the round of 6. Dan Campbell's 28 points to the good. Riley Spurley to the plus 23. Madison Paul plus 22. Brett Sears plus 15. And then Eli Bright is plus 14. And then the two guys that are on the outside looking in are Evan Hunter 14 points back, and then Brendan Watson, who was 16 points back, but now because he starts on the pole for today, he's 15 points back. But the way that Watkins Glen is, it is an unpredictable machine, an unpredictable monster. And a lot of times, chaos will strike at the most unpredictable times and cause drama. And what do we always have during playoffs? Drama. So, we always have drama in the playoffs. Add that to drama of Watkins Glen and road course racing, and added to the fact that we will have 1, maybe 2 rounds of pit stops and no cautions. It's going to be a wild race, and who knows, we might see the first time ever here today at Watkins Glen. So before we get started, here is the 6th part-time twist that races the way in to the Freightliner 175 fever of the qualifying race an hour ago. The 6 drivers were Alice Bonsignor, Merritt Monaco, Quinton Moore, Trey White, Rylan Lee, and 04 of Sarah Diaz. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get these guys more to life here at Watkins Glen International and for the Freightliner 175 in Season 2 of the M&M's Truck Series. Here we go, all of the trucks will get fired off here at Watkins Glen, and we are set to go racing for the Freightliner 175, 14 laps, 1, maybe 2 cautions, and drama, and more drama. Watson, Spurley Tube, and Real Green for the Freightliner 175. Riley Spurley Tube leads it down into the boot for the first time here today, and chases on 1, 2, 3, 4. And we saw a couple chases back here deep in the field. Evan Hunter and Brett Sierra not having a good qualifying effort. They're going to have to work the butt off to get up to the front. But right now, it is the Daytona Minute. Riley Spurley too, but got a great jump on Benny Watson in the number 3 truck. And he is leading here at Watkins Glen. But we've mentioned that these are some of the best drivers on this track. And they are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of the 8 chasers are 1, 2, 3, 4. But Watkins Glen can eat you up just like that. Riley Spurley to into the outside wall. Mazenthal and Monaco several twists into the outside wall. And Quinton Moore just got impaled. Stephen Collins and Quinton Moore made contact, and Quinton Moore just got impaled. Quinton Moore just got impaled into the tire area. He got impaled in the tire area. Crazy stuff already on lap number 1. We're going to see that all race long. And who knows if that could happen to any of these playoff contenders. But speaking of the playoff contenders, they are 1, 2, 3, 4. So far early on here at Watkins Glen International. And Benny Watson, who won at Charlotte, trying to get his second win on the season. He was up front early on at Chicagoland, but then he got turned out of nowhere and got caught up in a melee. And that's why he's 15 points below the cutoff line coming into this race. Battle for 5th place between 2 twists that made it through the qualifying heat race, Bradley Ream and Eric Monaco. And then you have Trey White back here in 7th. Chicago runner Emily Anson in 8th, Dale Ring in 9th, and Cody Smoke rounds out the top 10. The next highest playoff contender is Dale Campbell. He's 15th right now. And then after that, you have Eli Bright, who's 23rd. So, since that all the 8 playoff contenders are inside the top 23, that's not terrible. But then when you get back here to Evan Hunter and Brett Seal, they are 32nd. Well, now I think they're going to be 33rd and 35th. As I saw a couple towards pit. And yes, they did. That's the one event Monaco and the 3, well, the 21 of Stephen Collins, though. Maybe some strategy going on here at Watkins Glen. I didn't see anything happen to Stephen Collins besides him playing as I raw with Quinton Moore. Meanwhile, back out front on lap number 3 is the 312 leading the Benny Watson out front. After Madeline Colt, if she wins today, then she will be the all-time wins leader here in the NIRA. She's in a tie with Quinton Moore and Madeline. She's in a tie with herself and Quinton Moore with 5 career wins on this channel. Obviously, Quinton Moore won't have a shot at the win today. He's already out. Madeline Colt might have a good shot at getting that job done. But for Benny Watson, he might have a good shot at making a 3-way tie for the all-time wins leader. This is looking awfully strong right now. But Riley Spurley to the outside, and Benny Watson going to do the smart move. No, he's going to send it in to turn 10. Spurley to way off the track. And to turn 11. Benny Watson, I don't know what he was thinking, but he sent it and went straight into the outside wall. Probably slung into the outside wall. Multiple other twists into the outside wall as well. Oh, Evan Hunter! Evan Hunter and Cesar Diaz make contact. Same thing that happened to Quinton Moore on lap number 1 happened to Evan Hunter. And there's some of the drama for you. Evan Hunter was all the way outside looking in, and now he's going to have more work to do. Going into Talladega. We don't want to have a lot of work to do at Talladega, because all heck can break loose there. So right now, Spurley Tube out front, Tall in second, Watson third, Christian Russell fourth, who, if he gets a good enough run today, he might be able to lock himself into the playoffs and not have to worry about Talladega by not even winning. Now, I did mention that there's going to be one pit stop. It's close. It should be about halfway, so about 7 or 8, maybe 9 for when these guys will pit. So it could end up being really close here on fuel. Jake Emerson on pit road and stuck on pit road for that 49. The 97 apparently blew up, or something happened to that wrinkle as well. So a problem for the 97. We will look at all of the problems at the end of this race once the race is over. But right now it's looking pretty good for Wiley's Spurley Tube. Almost without outside wall, but Tall. And Ben Watson with some strategy. He's going down onto pit road, either to fix damage or just do some strategy. We've seen a couple of trucks already do strategy already. So, who knows? Might be a strategy move from Ben Watson in the number 3. So right now, there's some drivers that want to be up front, and then there's some that think that they might have to do some different strategies. So this is far from over. Contact between Spurley Tube and Tall, and Nathan Tall are going to go to the race lead, maybe here at the Glen. Evan Hunter ought to come down onto pit road, and he's going to come back out onto the racetrack. Side by side for the race lead and for third between that Bradley Ream and Christian Russell. And looks like Bradley Ream will take that third place position away from Christian Russell. Madison Tall and Spurley Tube still side by side for the race for this race lead. Oh man, that's almost 3 wide for the race lead. Spurley Tube into the outside wall, almost makes contact from behind from Bradley Ream. Big hit for Keegan Thompson into the outside wall. Juan Garcia, Noah Clifton into the outside wall as well. We started this race off with 4 championship winners up front. Now we only have 3. And we've had a couple with having problems today already. Lap number 6 now here at Watkins Glen. Luke Wayne almost got shoved off the racetrack on the backstretch with him and Christian Russell, but they keep it straight. But Russell having to fend off a hard charging Luke Wayne, like right behind him. Where did Dale Campbell come from? He's starting to make his way through the field. Was 15th last time I saw him, and now he's inside the top 10, I believe. Really split into 2 paths, really, here at Watkins Glen. Madison Tall won at Bristol, regular season finale. She's won both short tracks this season, and now she's trying to get her 3rd win on the season. But she's not going to do it like that. Hard hit into that side wall. Spurley tube into the wall as well. Contact between Smart and Hamill, and multiple twists into that side wall. Josh Williamson, I don't know what Josh Williamson is doing. He almost blocked and turned down on a couple of twists back there. Chaos, chaos, and more chaos. And now is Tall and Bradley Ream the top two. Third is Spurley Tube, and Russell's trying to get third away from Spurley Tube. And fourth right now, Luke Wayne in fifth, Dale Lyman in sixth. Now Roger Hampton in seventh. Emily Anderson in eighth. Nathan Faden in ninth. And Cody Smart in 10th. And Dale Campbell in 11th. And the last car in this pack. And then Nathan Bailey's in between these packs. And then leading the second pack is Henry Williams, Trey Winslow, and many others. Battle for the race lead between Bradley Ream and Madison Tall. I talked about in the qualifying heatways, what if a part-time truck ends up stealing a win from not only one of these full-timers, but especially from one of these drivers that are in championship contention. That's a real possibility. Now, if no one pits this time by, then it'll be a one-stopper. Bradley Ream turns Madison Tall. Bradley Ream into the outside wall. Tall saved it, but Bradley Ream almost turned Madison Tall and almost made Madison Tall commit die. Oh, contact between teammates with PJ Williams and Juan Garcia. And Josh Williamson in the number 6 truck goes ahead and comes in. So for most of these drivers, it's going to be a one-stop race. And now, Christian Russell all of a sudden up front and second, trying to chase down Madison Tall, who has some left side and right side damage now. Christian Russell with a side draft going into the carousel. And Christian Russell should easily get by Madison Tall here at Watkins Glen. Well, maybe not Tall, find back in the first turn of the boot. But it's going to be interesting. Drivers like Stephen Collin, Benny Watson, Evan Hunter, Jake Emerson, they're going to have to pit twice. But for these guys, and for everyone else, they're only going to have to pit once. But then again, who knows, they might be able to stretch it. So it might be a strategy call from a driver like Benny Watson. But the question is, when will these guys decide to pit? Oh, contact between Tall and Wayne. Oh, there they go. Luke Wayne and Spurley Tube. Luke Wayne tried to save it multiple times, and then the Molly Spurley Tube ultimately had nowhere to go in the number 20. That's another chaser with problems. He was in 6th, and now he's all the way back in 28th or 29th. And I don't know if Luke Wayne's gonna, yeah, he should be good to make it back, but a tough way. They were inside the top 5, but not anymore. Side draft from Christian Russell. Aggressive side draft. Into the boot. Here at Watkins Glen, Madison Tall will keep the race lead, at least for the time being. It's going to come down to pit stops here for these guys, and who knows they might be able to go about 10 laps on fuel. Because this is longer than what I thought. But then again, Evan Hunt is back onto pit road. So I don't know. That's just the 52. I don't know what the fuel window is. For these guys, I don't know what that is. Lap number 9. So anyone pit this time by. And yes, they will. Madison Toll is pitting. So it's about a 9-lap fuel window. And Brett Steele tried, but he completely overshot the turn. Spurley Tube is pitting as well. So it might be a 10 or 11 lap, like 9 or 11 laps. So for drivers like Benny Watson and Charles Williamson, even though he has a hood buckle and the hood, more importantly for Benny Watson, he pitted on lap number 3 or 4, so he might be able to make it. Because there's about 9 to 11 laps on fuel. Wouldn't this be something? If Benny Watson can win it on strategy and steal one. But right now, Christian Russell gained a fairly valuable bonus point or 2 here at Watkins Glen. And this is going to be lightweight pit stops as well. It's not just going to be early pit stops, it's going to be lightweight pit stops. Coming to 4 laps to go at the line this time by. Who will pit? Will everyone pit this time by? Let's find out. Bradley Weems stays out. So I was right. Oh, maybe he wasn't supposed to. But he's gonna have to stay out an extra lap. So it is about an 8. So it is like a 9 or 10, maybe 11 lap fuel window. More likely it's a 9 or 10 lap window, because for Bradley Weems, I don't think he meant to stay out. So I don't know if he will be able to make it back around. But 4 laps to go here in the Freightliner 175, and things have gotten interesting real quick. I mean, for Bradley Weems, he's not going for points. I'm pretty sure he meant to pit last time by, but as long as he has enough to make it back, then he could do some ultimate strategy and steal one from one of these guys. Spurley Tube is coming back down onto pit road, so things have gone bad to us for Spurley Tube. And a problem for Brett Steele in the in the 16 truck. And Bradley Weems is pitting this time by. And is that gonna mean that Roger Hampton's gonna be the race leader? Max and Paul got a bad pit stop. And for Benny Watson, I don't know. He's going to be a lap down though. So that strategy is not going to work out for him. Actually, I say nearly wet. That strategy, if he can make it 3 more laps, it might work for him. Because he's in 10th. Well, he's in 9th actually. But the race leader is Roger Hampton in the number 75. Shane Winslow in second, and where did Eli White come from? He won at Road America. He won Road America. He went 2 in a row, Pensacola and then Road America. Can he catch up to these top 2 in time? Emily Anderson trying to go 2 in a row here in the M&M's Truck Series. And the question was, got a good pit stop. He might be able to clinch his way into the round of 6. Evan Hunter comes down. Stephen Collins, Josh Williamson. Just for a stop and go. But that's the big question, can Benny Watson make it? Can he make it 2 more laps and get an amazing strategy done and get a top 10 finish? But Dan Lightning, he's coming in his number 10 truck. Well, he might have a shot here late in the going. Roger Hampton into the outside wall, Dan Lightning into the outside wall. Watson and Smoke side by side for 10th. Watson stays out. Can he make it 2 more laps though? Can he make it 2 more laps around? I think these top 2 did not take tires, but then for Dan Lightning and these guys, they took tires. I'm pretty sure Dan Lightning took tires and no one else did. At least the top 2 did not. Because last time he was 1.5 seconds faster. So this could get good here with 1.5 laps to go. Dan Lightning up to second. He had to took tires and no one else did. Well, everyone else took 2 tires. Because Dan Lightning is flying. Definitely some cars took tires and some didn't. Bully to begin down onto pit road. And Evan Hunter again on pit road. Those 2 have not had good days whatsoever. But this is going to be a shootout here at Watkins Glen. 1 lap to go. Shane Winslow and Dan Lightning. Dan Lightning on fresh tires. Oh, side draft almost turned Shane Winslow. And Dan Lightning's going to send it. Oh, he's going to wreck himself side by side. And oh, Benny Watson just got turned by DJ Reed. Oh my god. Benny Watson was going to get a top 10 out of this. But now he might not get a top 20. Battle for the race lead between Shane Winslow and Dan Lightning. And believe it or not, we are on the last lap. And we might have lap trucks coming to a factor. Shane Winslow and Dan Lightning. Side drive to late entry and a side drive whooping all over Shane Winslow. Almost wreck each other. Great racing up here, but Shane Winslow might not be done yet. Winslow wants this race win. I think that might be it. Shane Winslow, he did not take tires, I'm pretty sure. Because everyone else is definitely catching up Jim fast. They're lightning, and the number 10 truck for Joe Cobb Racing. Can he get it done and steal one from one of the playoff contenders once again? It's not over though. If Dale Lightning screws up this last turn, it could come down to Winslow and Russell. No, Dale Lightning mess up this last turn. Yes, he does. Side by side for second, it's not gonna be enough. And Dale Lightning will win the Freightliner 175 at Watkins Glen in a wild finish and a wild race at Watkins Glen International. If only this was one more lap, then we would have had an even better battle. What a lap, what a last lap, what a finish, and what a race in the Freightliner 175. And Dan Lightning gets it done. Chris Russell comes home second. I would imagine that might be enough to lock himself into the round of 6 just on points alone. Third will be Shane Winslow. Fourth will be Roger. Fourth will be Roger Hampton. Fifth, Nathan Fan. Sixth, Coley Smoke. Seventh, Eli Bright. Eighth, Emily Anson. Ninth for Nathan Baird. Ninth for Emily Anson. Eighth for Nathan Baird. And then 10th for Riley Green. And 11th for Mitchell Collins. And then 12th for Madison Tall. But before we go and check out the finishing results, let's see what happened to some of these drivers here today at Watkins Glen and for the Freightliner 175. Let's swap into Quinton Moore. He off of turn 11. He just clipped the corner panel of Stephen Colon and just got impaled into the tire area. Luckily, this is just a video game, but still, that was a big hit for Quinton Moore that took him out on lap number 1 here at Watkins Glen. I did not catch this. We went green. Right when we went green, that wrinkle just blew up. So, unfortunate for Zach Winkle, we did take the green flag already, so the race was official. A tough break for Zach Winkle in the number 97, blowing up before he even crosses the start-finish line here at Watkins Glen. Here we go, this happened to Luke May. He got loose and then got into Bradley Ream, into that outside guardrail, tried saving it into the 20, and then Spilly to just turn Luke May into the inside wall, and then just nowhere to go for Luke May. Not at all what he wanted to do, but unfortunately that caught a playoff contender of Spilly Tube, and that cost the Spilly Tube such a good one going here in the Freightliner 175. Let's wrap into the 6th truck of Josh Williamson. On that number 6, Keegan Thompson hit that outside wall forward. He just stopped instantly, and then nowhere to go for Josh Williamson. That's why everyone was spreading out, and unfortunately, that ended up having Josh Williamson to pit a couple laps later to get the hood off of that number 6 machine. And following along with Penny Watson, he ended up hitting the wall, not quite hitting the wall, but then DJ Reed just turned him hard into the inside wall, back and off the ground for that number 312 for Benny Watson, and that sucks for him because he was inside the top 10, doing some strategy, was going to try to make it all the way, but unfortunately was not able to, and got turned, coming to the white flag. And then, coming to the white flag, Dale Lightning went up the track into Sherman's Loft, and then down into towards the inside wall, kept it off the inside wall, and then you see Benny Watson hitting the inside wall as he got turned by DJ Reed. And I knew that Dale Lightning was going to eventually pass Sherman's Loft, because I could tell Mizoff either 2 tires or no tires, the way that Dale Lightning came out of nowhere and caught up to him in time. And then this was ended up being the pass for the lead and for the race win, going into the carousel. Dale Lightning got the draft, and then going into the carousel, he sent it in there, got into the corner panel, and then moved them up the racetrack, and then moved them again up the racetrack. Did a slide job, and that's what ended up giving Dale Lightning the race win in the Freightliner 175 at Watkins Glen. There you have it. That was all of the problems, or most of the problems, and why they happened here today at Watkins Glen International and for the Freightliner 175. Thank you guys so much for watching here at Watkins Glen. A pretty good race. That's one of the better races at Watkins Glen I've done. And for the first ever M&M Truck Series race here at Watkins Glen, that was a really good race. So, once again, here's the finishing results here at not Darlington, but at Watkins Glen. Dale Lightning gets the win. His first career win on this channel, I think. Actually, no, it might be his second, but his first in the M&M Truck Series. Christian Russell in second, Sherman Sloth third, Roger Hampton fourth, Nathan Fagan in fifth, Corey Smart sixth, Eli Bright seventh, Nathan Baird in eighth, Emily Anson in ninth, and Bradley Ream in 10th. Mitchell Carlson in 11th, Madison Tall 12th, Henry Williams in 13th, DJ Reed 14th, Dan Campbell 15th, Trey White 16th, Chavanoff 17th, Lloyd Hagan 18th, PJ Williams 19th, Sarah Diaz in 20th. So 32 trucks ended up finishing on the lead lap. There were a lot of trucks that had bad weights, like Brett Field, he just had a bad day, a off day for the 2014. Benny Watson, he twice stretched, he was inside the top 10, but then he got taken out, coming to the white flag. He comes home in 26th. Miley Spurley, he got taken out, and he finished 31st, and then Evan Hunter just did not have a good day whatsoever. Got involved in someone's mess, and then that just ruined his day, and he finishes 32nd. Jacob was in the only 12th one that down, and 33rd, and then the only 3 trucks that were out were Luke Lane, Chris Moore, and Sat Winkle here at Watkins Glen. Next time out, it will be the round of 8 finale to find out which 6 trucks will make it into the round of 6. And it will be the powered white cherry 250 at Talladega Super Speedway. That's gonna be fun. The last Super Speedway race on the season. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Dale Lightning and the number 10 truck for getting the race win in the Freightliner 175. Coming up next are the regular season points, the playoff standings, Rookie of the Year standings, and the fun-outs for Dale Lightning here at Watkins Glen. And until Talladega, I will see you guys next time. Bye!
Control.